Lottie says, I have a buyer. I spent a lot of time showing her homes and sending her listings. She put in 3 offers, did not win any of them. I then got a text saying she wanted to cancel our agreement. 2 weeks later, she went under contract. I'm assuming with another agent. Should I go back and ask her what happened?
No, did you, if you, what you should, no. So, whenever you guys don't get a listing or don't get a sale or a client fires you or something, you can't, here, I can tell you, you don't have to ask them what happened. I can tell you what happened. What happened is, they didn't like you. They didn't feel like you did their job well. It doesn't matter because they're not going to tell you the truth. That's number one. Or rarely will they tell you the truth. They'll tell you something to make you feel better. Number two is you asking them what happened. How does that help them? It doesn't. So you asking a seller or a buyer what happened is 100% selfish to make you feel better. And for you to ask a civilian to help you feel better is, you can already hear it the way I'm telling you, is probably not professional or a good idea. So here's what I can tell you. If you lose a deal, whether it's a listing, whether it's a sale, here's what I can tell you. Number one is you can't make everybody happy. Number two is, so don't drive your car staring at the rear view mirror. Look in front of you, move forward, let it go, move on. Stuff happens. Sometimes you're good, sometimes you're not. Listen, we do these calls every week. Sometimes, I've said things in my 2 hours that, I made a joke, it was a bad joke, or I said something that I shouldn't have said, but listen, but there's times that I say good things. There's times that I do good things. You just, you don't have one situation, one challenge, one failure define your career. I'm going to say one other thing on this. This is an important concept. You need to have the failures to appreciate the wins. That's just part of the yin and the yang. So, for example, if let's say we didn't have hot water, we would not have cold water. It would just be water. It is the hot that distinguishes cold. It is the day that distinguishes the night. It is the failure that distinguishes the success. You would not have success if you didn't have failure. So just let it go, embrace it, and that's all there is. Now, one last thing on that. What you can ask yourself always after something happens that doesn't turn out the way you want it to, you can always ask yourself, well, where do I think I went wrong? What should I have done? What could I have done differently? That's a useful question because you use every opportunity to turn a breakdown into a breakthrough. It's always an opportunity for you to get better skilled. And sometimes you won't know the answer, but you still should ask it. And I'm just going to say this once again: you cannot make everybody happy. Some people, you'll do what you do, and it's not going to work, and that's it. And they're not going to be happy. So, that was a long answer, but here's the short version. Do not ask them what happened. I will tell you, when they ask you to withdraw them from a buyer agency agreement, you shouldn't have, unless you felt like you didn't do your job. If you felt like you didn't do your job, then yes, you release them. If you think you worked your butt off and they ask for you to release them, say, no, man, I'm working here. I'm trying. I didn't do anything wrong. It's just, I'll keep trying for you, but no. If you want to buy a house from another agent, you're still going to owe me.